A lot of people are building their characters wrong, and building your character wrong could lead to lots of damage lost. So in this video today, I'm going to show you how I could go from this to this. And if you watch this entire video, I'm pretty sure that you could get your substats up like I did. So this is my Farina build, 82 to 166, which is pretty balanced. Energy recharge, artifacts, constellation, C0, and the talents. So the first tip when it comes to building characters is what the character is. So for example, over here I have Farina and she's a sub DPS. How it works is in Genshin there's 3 main roles for characters. There's the main DPS, the sub DPS, and the support. So I'm gonna go over this super briefly, but the main DPS is the character who's doing most of the damage. And then we have the sub DPS who also does a lot of damage, but not as much as the main DPS. So basically it's kind of like the sidekick to the sub DPS. The support is basically the one who gives buffs or healing or any type of support for the character that you're using. So the reason why this is important, because if you build a character the role that they're not supposed to be in, it could lower your damage by a lot. So for example, Farina can be both a support and a sub DPS, and basically if I built her as a main DPS it would not work out really well, because if I built her as a main DPS she doesn't fit that role. So if I tried doing that, she'd do a lot less damage than if I built her as a sub DPS. So one website I would definitely recommend to check if you need to see the role of your character is definitely Kaching Mains. And the reason why is because their guides are so amazing. To get any information I need about any builds or if they're a good character or not, or what role they are, this website is definitely the best one to check that. And for example, it tells you which weapons are good, which artifact sets are good, which talent priorities are good, and everything else that you need, how to maximize their damage. They also go really deep for all of their guides, so that's why it is so worth it to check out this website. And for example, over here they're being really detailed on ER requirements and what your ER requirements should be with which character, which is super amazing. I also see a lot of people using Game 8, but the thing is that I actually don't really like that website and I don't really recommend it, because although it is a guide, I'm gonna be honest, I find Kaching Mains guides a lot more beneficial and a lot more accurate, unlike Game 8. But that's just my opinion. You could use whatever you want for whoever you're trying to build. But I'm just saying, in my opinion, I really find Kaching Mains a lot more beneficial and just overall the better guide in general. So tip number 2 is about how to use your resin. I made a resin video. If you didn't check that out, I would definitely recommend to check it out. I go over a lot of things that you should be doing with your resin, but I'm just gonna briefly go over it here. What I said was that you should use character extension first, then weapon, then talents, or you could reverse the weapon and the talents. One thing that I always emphasize is to always put artifacts last, and the reason is because if you don't put artifacts last, because when you farm artifacts, it really doesn't guarantee whether you're going to get a good artifact or not. So it really isn't recommended to start doing artifacts first. Only do it when you got the talents leveled up, the weapon leveled up, and the character extension. So for my Farina, I started doing the extension first. And at the time, she was one of my favorite characters. She still is right now. She's amazing and so much people like her. Okay, but anyways, then I did the weapon, I did artifacts last, and then I did the talents right after the weapon. So tip number 3 is the artifacts, because artifacts give you 99% of your substats. So let's say if I took out all these artifacts right now, which I'm gonna show you, and then I went back to the details, you're gonna see that all my stats really dropped. And that's because artifacts are one of the most important factors for your stats. So when you're trying to farm artifacts, again, use Kaching Main's website because it is really good for building in my opinion, but of course everybody can have different opinions. Are you looking for a place to join? Well, you should join my server. And the reason why is because we have so much amazing people there, so much other fans who really like Genshin, who you could talk to. And we also have amazing mods who keep our server safe and amazing. Everybody's so nice and everybody's so enjoyable to talk to, so that's why you should join my server if you really want to just be a part of the family, you know? And we have plenty of people to talk to. We have so much other interests other than Genshin. And we also have so much custom emojis, some really nice custom emojis that you guys could use. So that's why you guys should join. Anyways, back into the video. You should use Kaching Main's website for the builds, just in case if you don't really know what it is. Okay, so tip number 3 is the artifact stats. So if we look over here, based on the Kaching Main's website, Furina is supposed to prioritize HP, crit rate, crit damage, and energy recharge. So if you look at my artifacts, I think Furina is one of my best built characters overall, so that's why I used her for this guide. So if we look over here, the substats over here are crit damage, crit rate, energy recharge. We don't talk about the defense, that happens. So if you have like one out of place substat, but the rest are like really good, then it's okay. So if we look over here, the crit damage and crit rate, it is pretty balanced. The crit value is 40. If you don't know how to find crit value, you just do crit rate times 2 plus whatever the crit damage is. So over here, crit damage is 21 and you're going to do 11 times 2, and it's basically a crit value of like 43 if you round it up. The main substats will always be attack for the feather and HP for the flower. And if you check over here, my HP is pretty high and my crit damage is over there, and also some elemental mastery. And then the next one is the sands, which is a crit value of over 50. And I don't know how I got that because I'm pretty sure the max is 52. So I got really lucky based on rolling. But anyways, yeah, these are my artifact substats. I have a lot more, but I think Furina's is probably one of the best ones that I have. Mainly, most characters will prioritize crit rate and crit damage. So over here, if we take a look at my Nefa, it isn't as good as Furina's, but it's pretty decent. 61 to 186, and I'm pretty sure for Nefa, you're supposed to prioritize attack, crit rate, and crit damage. And if we check the artifacts, they're pretty decent. Mainly, what you want to do is when you go on the website, you want to check substats are the best for them and which main stats are the best for them. So that is really important when you build your characters, because if you don't do that correctly, then your characters won't do a lot of damage, which isn't really good, because obviously in Genshin, like most people's goals is to reach a lot of damage. Crit rate and crit damage isn't always the most important. And as we can see here, Shalonin, her crit rate and crit damage isn't really high, and you're probably thinking, well, why is the crit rate and crit damage so low compared to my other characters? And why is the energy recharge so high, and why is the defense so high? Well, it's because if you go on the website, Shalonin prioritizes defense and energy recharge. So I'm just trying to show you guys that not all characters need crit rate and crit damage to function properly. So the 5th tip is choosing the right weapon. So over here on Furina, I have energy recharge. And over here on Shalonin, I have the Flute of Etzpitzel. And then for Bennett, I have Skyward Blade. Well, he's not really built because I have a 4-star artifact, because I could not get a good artifact for him like at all. So that's really unfortunate. I'm just emphasizing, just use Kaching Mains. Like, I think that's the best website. I know that I said that many times, but there's some people who are just like not gonna listen to me. They're gonna go on like Game 8 or some other website where their information isn't really the best or very accurate. Oh yeah, and for Nahida, I have Sacrificial Fragments. And then for Colmina, I have HP. And then for Zubai, I have the 3-star weapon. I don't have like any premium like 5-star weapons because my account is free to play and I mainly pull for characters. I don't think I ever got a weapon on the weapon banner, so yeah. And that was really quick. It only took about 28 seconds, so that was a showcase. Should I test my luck? Okay, I'm gonna do it. I didn't play Genshin like much yesterday, so that's why my resin is capped. I was too busy exploring the desert. And anyways, that's the end of the video. Don't forget to like, subscribe. I'm a channel where I post Genshin guides, so if you ever need help on something, it's probably going to be on my channel, so make sure to subscribe and check me out. Make sure to like this video. And again, if you ever need help with something, you could always comment down below and I will try to respond to you. And that's all. See you guys later. Bye bye.